Hello and welcome to this multiplayer factorial playthrough where we take on a very difficult DeathWorld using the Cities of Earth mod. This mod allows us to play on a surface that looks like Earth and we are playing in Europe. An additional challenge is that we have set the mod to pre-place 41 rocket silos around the map. We have to capture them and launch a rocket from each to win. This recording is a capture from my Twitch stream that has been split for uploading to YouTube with minimal editing to remove breaks or dead time. In the description you can find links to the mod list, save files, and my Twitch channel. Thank you and enjoy. Not liking that direction where you have to micromanage. The previous one were the not spider things, whatever they are.
Pentapod.
Yeah, where you have to switch weapons to fight them all, and you have to dodge and move like that. I'm not excited about that. I understand why they added it to the game.
You're still going to be able to just solve it by A, playing on peaceful, and B, killing it with, turrets and shit.
Yeah. But until you get to that point, you're gonna have to fight it manually, and I'm not. I've gotten to the point where I can do some fighting.
Exploring other planets, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I've gotten to the point where I can handle some fighting, but it's not why I play the game, and I don't really want to go peaceful mode because it is part of the game. So it's a bit of a conundrum.
You can always call us. Some
yes.
Just let the internet solve your problems for you, Speedy.
And since we won't be playing on Earth, I imagine nukes will be an option.
Yes.
You'll have access to nukes before you do any interstellar or any interplanetary exploration.
Just tell Cozy and me and...
Well, as soon as Reach does get hosting going, whether he wants to host a generic server, right now he is taking advantage of Clusterio, and I don't know if there's any Clusterio devs that have access to the new version. But once Clusterio is updated, then I plan to, on Saturdays, allow or set up or run a multiplayer vanilla that we can play on, Saturdays and Sundays.
You mean 2.0?
Yeah, 2.0 Space Age, so that we can play the vanilla in multiplayer. Interesting strat, Slim.
What happened?
I like your strategy. It's interesting.
I gave him a little bridge and everything.
I know. It's a play on bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it works out.
Sorry. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'll spell it out for you next time. I think it's.
I didn't want to delete all these biters to the west of where I am, but I figured if needed, they can.
Yeah, you probably should delete them because Amsterdam's getting peppered to death forever, and they're also. It's a small price for getting rid of a significant wall. So, just have Jay come over and build one of those big arty trains. No, just kidding.
No, I'm going to bed.
Well, thank you for your help.
I would appreciate the big...
I don't want to use a big arty train there because they'll clear out all of Europe. And, hey, 55. I don't really want to do that. Jay, are you getting supplied or are you dumping things into supply?
I just cleaned up the wall that we built at the beginning and it's dumping the overflow, like arty shells, into the bots. Let's work.
Well, overall, I'm very happy with how this has gone.
So now there are 8?
Yes. Why isn't that being repaired? There's pipes in the network. This is not getting repaired. There's no conbots in this network. Why are there no combots in that network?
There are no 13.
Oh, yeah, there's a train, the 2 supply trains. Maybe we need to convert another one to another supply train, but we're almost done. But we're not using this, so I'm just going to convert it to exactly like what Jay did with this other one. All right, I'm forcing this one up to Helsinki. Then I need to build a combat train for it. I'll just build it right there.
This is messed up. The filters are in the wrong order.
Yeah, they
If you're
are.
standing.
Wonder how that happened. Well, let's just do this. And do that, and that fixes it. Wonder how many other places that's broken. Broken here, too. Got unloaded to the wrong spot, too. Well, I've done a bunch of copy pasting, so it's probably broken in many places. Yep, it's broken here too. And here. And here. Copy paste. Yep, it's broken on all of them. Like literally every outpost, I think. I honestly thought somebody's child was making noise, and then I looked,
No,
and
that's Salt.
I
Was it not a
recognized
child?
the
No,
doggy.
that's Salt.
So beautiful. This is so cool. This is such a fun way to play the game.
Have you been adding these roboports here?
Oh, this thing's already on its way there. That's why. Interesting. I'm sorry, what was that, Jay?
Destination full. What the
If
fuck?
you are adding these roboports here.
Yeah. And it was. Yeah, it didn't serve any value.
I mean, I'm just sending the robots there to clean up.
Play, which involves bitter sitting on Salt's head.
By robots, I mean spiders.
I don't even know we need this outpost here anymore. Nothing's going to attack it. This outpost.
Yeah, that's why I'm sending the spiders there to clean that up. Just
Oh, I thought you were just going to clean up the roboports. Okay, cool.
No, everything.
Hey, Speedy,
Oh, son of a bitch.
I have a slight outpost problem if you've got a moment or two.
Hang on, I got 2 trains stuck on each other. Dick. Slight outpost problem.
Yeah, just with these small artillery trains, they're all stuck with destination full when they're parked just before the crossover.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, what have I fucked up? Is there missing signals
Nope,
or
you
something
haven't
somewhere?
fucked it up. That's the game fucking you. What happens is that this train wants to get to this station. They're both named the same, but the game decides, hey, that's where I'm going. Fuck you and anything you might want to do. There's another train going to the other station that can't get there because I'm in the way, and you're not using a stacker, so fuck you. Trains are just going to get in each other's way. So you kind of have to manually babysit it until that problem goes away. Eventually, you cycle through enough of those trains, and the problem goes away. But until then, it's just a shit show.
Oh, good.
Yeah. That's why I usually put an extra... I can't put it in the blueprint, but I put an extra station or rail signal there, back one, so that there's room for the trains to stack up without being complete idiots. Well, I guess, Jay, you could we could just extend this one to here. It'll reach if you've got the roboports to do it. And then we'll just put in a buffer chest.
Yeah.
If you just connect all those roboports, it'll solve that problem. Missed, yeah, one, 2, 3 more, 4 more. Hi, kitty cat. There it is. That wakes up the world.
Mm-hmm.
Got any arty that you can drop in there?
Where do you want the arty?
Well, just to keep the neighbors at bay. Just some static RD to keep this stuff. You can just drop them in your thing. They'll take care of it. Drop them in your trash and they'll take care of it. Oh, I think I'm done here. If there's 175 Logibots in here, why aren't they doing anything?
They're on break.
And why are there 170? Oh, yeah.
Yes, issues.
Yeah, I'm at 50.
Alright, so Copenhagen should be there.
Don't understand that. Why aren't these Logibots satisfying this? This is connected,
Stockholm
right?
should be there.
Probably about 15 more minutes or so. But maybe longer. So really, I'd love to know, why is this arty and that arty not getting supplied?
Because they don't have requests from buffer chests active. Because I swapped out the chests.
Well, how did I do that? Because I've been copy-pasting that for a long time.
Well, you can...
Oh, those got migrated to buffer chests. Okay, that's why.
You can change them back to yellows.
Okay. I don't understand that. Did you do that to get them out of your inventory?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so the reason you're not getting any RD trains is through a lot of my fucking around, I've stolen, I think, all of them. So I'm just doing some manual move into positions, go back to base.
We're not using RD trains right now.
Cool. Completely ignore what I just said.
And there's 8 of them, so...
Yeah, I mean, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 in my area?
If you need them, use them.
Yeah, okay. Oh, I mean, yeah. Might as well just send them all to manual and just start unloading.
Well, no, you can put them to automatic, and they'll eventually sort themselves out, especially with 8 of them. What you do is, when to more easily solve the problem, what you do is, if a train is... If the wrong train... If there's a train sitting there, right?
Yeah.
Like the situation, you don't have it now, but let's say you had a train sitting here, and you had an empty spot sitting here. what you do is you cycle this train by forcing it to go home.
Yep.
And then eventually they will all balance out, and then it resumes normally, and you don't have that problem. Because right now I can see you've got that forced in there manually. Because those center arties are not getting supplied.
Yeah.
So just force those two idiots out, and there's enough arty trains that you won't be without an arty for long. So just click on them and tell them to go to their loader.
Well, that was the plan beforehand, but naturally, like the one that's sitting at the signals now, I'll put that on automatic. Same with his friend. There was just an annoying issue where it was destination full, destination full, destination full. So I was just I'd given them about 2 minutes to figure it out, but nothing. So I just made them manual for.
Yeah, the problem now is that
Done.
the other 8 behind have taken over.
Yeah.
So let me try putting all these other ones in manual so that they don't take that command. Is that one still
Alright.
automatic? Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
the first one's found at the spot.
So yeah, that's excellent because now I have a way to solve this problem. Is that I just need to get the ones behind to manual for a moment, and then.
And I think half the problem was when it first happened, there were 6 trains on the other side of the map that I didn't know where they were to be able to make them manual auto again.
Yeah, well, they'll eventually line up.
But all good now. Thank you for that.
Yep, it's an automation game, but it's not everything is automated.
Very true.
So, Burgers, do you think you're going to have fun manually fighting those bugs?
I mean, once or twice, yeah, and then I won't have to fight them manually anymore. It won't be a problem. Also, again, you'll have access to plenty of bug killing tools before you.
Oh, I can't hear you. You got super quiet.
Oh, that explains some stuff.
I mean, I can barely hear you. I heard the word bugs.
There's a problem that
There you go.
I've been having that sometimes my audio devices or applications will just decide that they want to be at less than 100%. So you missed when I was saying. So you probably missed when I was saying that anyone who's on Discord can now watch my dogs playing and miss the part where Bitter sat on Salt's face because that's the best way to start a fight. As far as fighting the bugs, I mean, by the time you leave Novice, you'll have plenty of tools to automate killing the bugs without having to worry about it. I mean, you will be able to have, by my understanding of everything they've said, uranium is a novice-only material, so you should be able to have nukes before you leave the planet.
So those sandworms.
Yeah, those.
Take a nuke to the face.
I would be very surprised if they could take a nuke to the face.
They're taking the nuke then. Ooh, nuclear landmines. If that's not a mod, that can be.
I'm just picturing like just a field of nuclear landmines now.
Yeah,
Nuclear shot
and
destruction.
them setting each other off.
Yep. Just you see half the map just go. You have to wait because nukes are still wildly crazy in terms of how they're calculated.
Yeah, it crashes your computer, like we were saying earlier.
Each nuke is like 1,000 explosions with the way it's built right now. Which, yeah, that's a lot of math. I remember when I was using nuclear artillery and was able to like just bring my computer to a fucking halt using the smart remote and 4,000 nuclear artillery shells. Okay, I've spent the entire time I've been on here rebuilding a train interchange and exchange in Satisfactory because the blueprints in Satisfactory are too small to do anything with rails.
Which tier are you using?
Right now, I only have access to the 5x5 ones, but at my multiplayer game with my buddy, I have access to the 6x6 ones, and they're still too small to do a lot of things in Satisfactory. I understand that their design intent is to kind of avoid the just download a factory and put it down thing that Factorio kind of has, if you want to play that way. But at the same time, like some things are just I just want like can they give us a bigger one that only lets me put like rails and platform down? Because man, rails are a struggle. Technically, there are lots of like a lot of the rail configurations that I want would technically fit, except that the way that rails work, they require you to have a connection piece to do a lot of them, and you can't connect it to things that are outside of the blueprint box. But I do like I am doing this makes me super excited for elevated rails in Factorio.
And
I
I've told a
certainly
few
can't wait.
people that if you want to get good at elevated rails in Factorio, play. Oh, jeez.
Which
Me-
one? Sweet Transit?
No, Mashinki, because he has
Oh,
some
the other
really
one.
good elevated rail setups.
Where if I wanted to put a Factorio or a Satisfactory screenshot in your Discord, where should I put it, Speedy?
Other stuff and things,
Okay.
or other games. Other games might be better.
Other games. Okay.
That's in gaming.
So if anyone wants to see, I've spent the last like hour working on building and designing this interchange and rail station that lets the trains enter and exit without interrupting through traffic ever. It's impossible for the trains to interrupt through traffic.
So you took over Texas motor vehicle interchange design.
No. Also, that just made me think that which state is it? A Minnesota left or a Michigan left?
Michigan left. You
Yeah,
go past. You go past the intersection, do a U-turn, and then you can turn right.
Yep. I will probably be designing something like that for my main interchanges because it avoids all the traffic issues of things. Also you can design the U-turn to be weird. Like I think I've seen some layouts for Michigan lefts where like the U-turn it goes over the road.
Yeah, that would be great. Because that's what I was thinking about. That is, I would make the road go over or under where the U-turn turns, so that it could then the U-turn itself would be very short.
Oh, I guess I can also show the other side where I have one of the exit rails go under the interchange to get back onto the track.
Yeah,
So that
that's. So how did you get? So you elevated the main line.
yeah, so I elevated the through line on the so I guess for context, this left right rail here is north to the left and south to the right. So the northbound rail that's skipping the
Okay, thank you.
thing goes up, and then the northbound rail that goes into those things just stays on level and then turns right underneath the through rail. And then the exit goes up and joins the northbound rail where it's up, and then the other exit goes and joins the southbound rail from underneath.
Now,
Yeah.
is this region specific? Just because I know from watching the game, not playing at it, even though I've got a copy, is this better for where you are? Because you might have to maybe make adjustments as you transition to other areas of the map.
No, this is intended to be this is what I intend to do for any kind of large train station setup. The most shouldn't have this many. This is where I'm going to be doing most of my manufacturing. My plan right now is to do just to pick a couple of big sites to do big smelting and big oil somewhere, and then ship things around. Even though this game isn't as well designed for that, or isn't designed with that as much in mind, I guess I should say. Uh, but yeah, it's just and also this is just an interchange and rail depot. Like it's not there's nothing that is particularly uh, biome specific about it or location specific.
I've been watching a bit of JD plays, and they were essentially concreting the world near a waterfall segment, and it's all about this level is this level is that, this level is trains, and
Yeah,
yeah, it's just what.
Geez, those guys seem like they're being really picky on how things get done. I like to just, slapdash it together.
I've never seen you slapdash anything together ever.
Yeah, well, you didn't watch me do speed running then. Jay, I thought you were going to bed.
Yeah, go to bed, Jay.
By the way, Jay, if you're going to do that four-way, you have to rip out what's there because the signals and stuff will get confused. It doesn't
I know.
overlay. Oh, okay.
To do that, I need to first build a defense.
And I don't think the pipes fit perfectly. I don't think my design, the four-way, I used to have a four-way that had pipes through it, but I never used it, so I bailed on it. Matter of fact, I used to have a four-way defensive design until I realized that it's just four inside corners. I don't need a special blueprint that I have to keep updating, which was the real challenge.
Oh, another really great thing about rails in this game, they carry power.
Oh yeah, that's nice. So I see from the signal from the image you posted in my Discord that the rail signals are on the outside.
Yes, because right-hand drive is correct.
So can they be put on the inside?
Yes, they can.
I may do that just to be controversial. You were probably hoping I would take the bait on that, but I've already explained why I do it my way.
Because you're wrong. We know.
Mm-hmm. Being space efficient. All right, Slim.
Yep.
I am probably going to wrap up here. Unfortunately, thank you,
just run
Mikesh.
out of rails. Fuck.
Bad time to run out of rails, eh, baby? And you're not near anything. Warsaw is just behind you. Oh, you got it fixed. And
No,
the
all
tree.
good. So I've just turned off my artillery stations.
Good.
Because it's now time to head north. I wanted to put down a one of the Big Bertha artillery trains, but actually up in Denmark,
Yeah.
just so it will clear out all the islands
Well, I'll be back tomorrow.
quickly. Cool.
Obviously, I did end up apparently, I put those cities higher north than I thought. I mean, there might actually be a bug because I thought there were cities in this region, but apparently not.
Yeah, because
They
that
must be.
is Copenhagen City.
Yeah, so hopefully they're accessible.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm
Hey,
just
3A.
I'm really curious to figure out where they'll end up.
Yeah, because it might be totally, because I've not done it on this density and this size, so. I am going to raid someone. And McKay's, if you're still here, thank you for the raid. I was watching you, and now I'm watching myself. Looks like we are going to... Oh, there's not a lot of people, huh? We're going to get Mike before Mike gets me.
Do it.
We're going after a cheater?
He's just opportunistic. Why do you say those things?
Because it's part of the. It's part of being a part of his community. You have to
I
call
think
him.
Pataka just rated him too, so this is going to be great. Part of the community, you say?
Yep. You
Well,
gotta call him a
consider-
cheater.
Well, considering what Damsel's one of his mods.
Jay, are you in a good spot to stop?
I'm
Let's do
safe.
this. Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, you'll come and visit.
hmm
Yes. Have a good night. Thanks again.
Thank you.